live on 05. The Woody Show podcast broadcast.
Well, Norm Macdonald's here. It's the San Jose Improv. Steve, you're the feature act, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, nice to meet you, by the way. I wasn't trying to be a jerk. I'm just like, I don't know, who are you? We haven't met before.
I can't blame you for not knowing me. Yeah. It's my fault. I got to get better known.
No, I just, I'm like, okay, I'm just saying hi. Where's my microphone? There's a guy coming.
No, don't worry. No, you'll laugh, man.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Yeah, let's hear a good one.
He was in his hotel room today.
No, the maid. I was completely naked, and the maid walks in.
All right.
Finally.
Okay.
Well, that was it.
Get it, everybody?
Oh, my God.
Let me try it again.
He was waiting for the maid.
Let me try it again.
He was waiting. Yeah, you have to say you were waiting for the maid.
Well, I know, but I had to jump in. I don't know.
It's really funny.
I panicked.
Like, one thing we love about Norm Macdonald is that Norm will come in and he has like this long setup to a joke, right?
Yeah, and then there's no punchline.
It's the quickest punchline.
I like the joke you told last time about Johnny Carson and the heart attack.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah. See, we know, dude. We pay attention.
I listened to that, dude, and it still like makes me crack up. He doesn't remember.
I remember. It was Johnny Carson phoning the 911.
Yeah.
Tell Stevie. He'll love it.
I didn't hear it.
Remember he had a heart attack?
Yeah.
So it was like the heart attack, and then the 911 call. It's like it's like Johnny Carson telling the 911 person, I feel like there's a yak on my chest. Was that it?
That was
it. That worked better than Stevie's stuff.
It's funny.
Why am I getting big laughs and Stevie gets dead silent?
You know what? Because maybe I was prepared for a longer joke. Like, see, we're familiar with your comedy. Like, nice.
We know we have to be focused right
Can
away.
you give one more chance?
Right? Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
go ahead.
come on, man.
Focus.
All right. Here, I did construction work, and I got hurt on the job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I feel. You coughed.
I'm sorry.
All right,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. You do construction work. You got hurt on the job.
You got hurt on the job.
No, it was just my feelings, but the point is.
See, that's like the perfect. You could write for Jay Leno because Jay does the whole thing. No, because Jay does the whole thing where he'll come out and it's like,
How many more arrows do you want to sling with this guy?
what are you talking about?
I need to lie down.
Oh yeah, because Jay is so unsuccessful.
He's
really unsuccessful.
People hate Jay Leno.
Steve, you should lie down because God forbid you should be as successful as Jay Leno.
Yeah, right for the Tonight Show. Wow, what an arrow, Rave.
Yeah, what terrible is that, Steve?
No, okay, but okay.
I'm going to be on Leno, by the way, in 2 weeks. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him what you said.
And what an arrow it is. Yeah. No, because like Jay like, so I was hanging out and this chick comes up to me and she said, and he tells the punchline, whatever it is, like, I was like, oh, okay. And then he starts telling like the next line of the story, even though there is no next line. So it's like, why the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Yeah, because, I got the road.
You crazy, Jay.
You crazy, Jay.
You crazy, Jay.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Who's there?
Steve went on the Tonight Show, and they gave him rim shots after his jokes. I think he's the only comedian ever. Remember that? Steve?
Yeah, it was early on when Jay took over, and so I guess they do it for Jay, so they did it in the middle of my act, and I sort of pretended that I thought it was okay, so they kept doing it.
Right.
I felt like Henny Youngman after a while, because it makes all your jokes seem so lame. But maybe they were lame, I don't know. From what we've seen this morning.
I don't think that...
No, it's funny. No, I think it's funny, man.
I don't...
Oh, thanks.
In lieu of laughter.
In lieu of laughter, a compliment.
The other thing I like about Norm is just how he cracks himself up. That's the best. Because it's like Greg. Greg hears stuff in his head.
Right, and just starts laughing.
Just starts laughing. He hasn't even told the joke yet. It's like he's already there. But Norm Macdonald, the San Jose Improv, tonight, 8 o'clock, tomorrow, 8 and 10, Saturday, 7 to 9, Sunday, 7 p.m., improv.com, or call 408-280-7475. So what else you been up to, man? You just been like touring around doing comedy, or?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of stand-up. Steve and I are going on the road.
Yeah.
And that's working out.
Yeah, and then you've been on
What?
Dennis Miller's
What?
You're laughing. You're making me laugh.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
you just
laughter's
looked at
contagious.
Steve, and then you were like,
I did not
laughing.
look at Steve and start laughing. I was laughing because you're laughing.
I don't know about that.
I'm not making that up. Laughter, smile.
What's your
it's
favorite Steve joke?
the one about the maid that comes into the hotel room and he was naked. You know,
'Cause he was waiting for
her.
her.
Yeah.
And he said, finally.
That's his favorite one.
That was the one that was met with like complete.
There it is. Well, you know, come on. Make you comfortable.
No, he's got. Give him one more chance.
All right, one more chance.
Whoa.
All right, come on.
I think quit while I'm behind.
Oh, dude, Steve, it's not that bad.
Why don't you let me see.
Dude, you could have a giant rally like the stock market.
Yeah,
Just
come on.
rally.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it back. See, we put him on the spot. That's not fair.
Well,
Dude, raise your hand when you have one. Just be like I'm ready.
he has a half an hour.
I would assume he has an act of some kind. Am I wrong?
Well, women are getting so sensitive these days. You know,
Right.
a woman was like yelling, why is it always the woman who has to get the coffee? And I said, well, you're the waitress. That's what I'm saying.
That was a zinger.
Oh my
The
god!
rim shot makes every joke feel kind of corny, you know? Not that I didn't deliver it kind of corny, but I mean...
No, but he's
shot
not
didn't
doing
help.
the rim shot.
Fine, here,
he's
right.
doing the rim shot after he hears the joke.
Yeah. All right, here, try another one.
Do it without the rim shot.
Yeah, no,
No rim
I
shot.
promise no rim shot this time.
Wait, I can't. Let me think. Give me a second.
I give a
can't
second.
Think of any...
Norm, you gonna do any more movies? People are texting in. They're asking that question. A lot of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a movie.
Yeah. You don't know what it is
Just
yet,
looking
but you're
for the
gonna
right script.
you're gonna do one, right?
No, I am doing a movie actually.
And people want to know if you're high, like, because they say every time they hear you, always seem like you're just so happy and in like
Yeah,
a
I
really
know.
good place.
Yeah, I don't
Got like
I don't
the giggles going on and
I
stuff.
don't get high.
No,
But when you're happy, people think you're high or drunk. It's
just high on life.
That's true.
right?
I've been always happy in my life.
Yeah.
Are you going to reprise your role as Chubby Jr., Little Chubby?
That was on My Name Is Earl. It was cool because Burt Reynolds was on the show, and I love Burt Reynolds.
He's Big Chubby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know that show? Do you know the show?
I love that show.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
He loves it.
Yeah, I really liked Jason Lee when I met him. He was a cool.
Yeah, I ran
dude.
into Jamie Presley in L.A.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was sitting at the table next to us, and
Yeah.
like my buddy who talks to anybody, he's that
Uh-huh.
guy, just starts like this conversation because he'd seen her hosting some kind of like event the night before, so he had like an in with the conversation. So they start. She was so nice. She can't quit smoking. She's got a problem with the smoking.
Yeah.
So do
Well,
I.
she's pregnant. Oh.
Yeah, but she
got one.
smokes Winston. Oh wait,
he's got
Stevie's
one.
ready.
He's
All
got
right, here we
one.
go.
Wait, what? Oh, the pregnant?
But you just said you got one.
And I
No, I
promise,
didn't.
no rim
no
shot
rim
this time.
shot. No rim shot.
Jesus. I can't. I don't know. Like, I don't do jokes.
All right.
That's it. That's what you stopped us
Well, it's just that you can't just when you say do a joke.
with. You stopped the conversation.
You're a comedian.
You stopped the
believe I-
conversation to do your joke.
I believe I did not stop the conversation.
That shouldn't be that big a challenge. I mean, like somebody says to a comedian, like tell a joke. That's
Yeah, but hey, man, it's like, all right.
Come on, man.
No, you ever?
You can do it, Stevie.
All right. Well, it's you ever call a company for phone help, and they can't help? Then they say, "Is there anything else I can help you with?"
I said no rim shot.
No rim shot.
Now it's just now I'm just doing it to be funny. Yeah.
No. That was,
Come on.
You got to be careful asking because from what I hear from the movies, all comedians will go into, well, a family goes into a talent agency and they say, we've got this
yeah.
great act.
This guy, they came to me to do that movie. He's talking about the aristocrat.
Yeah.
Right.
And I said, I've never heard that joke. You know?
They have secret parties at Chevy Chase's house.
It's the gayest thing I've ever heard. I'm like, you're going to make us all sound like that's so gay that we all go backstage and go, hey, well, let's hear your version.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. That's not
Everybody's
true.
hanging.
That might have happened back in the 30s or something. But did you ever hear that?
Speakeasies.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That's the weirdest movie I ever saw. I was so angry about that thing.
All right, we gotta go.
Stevie can't wait to get to
by
Lamontanelli.
by we, he means him and the mouse in his pocket.
Right.
Oh! You got a mouse in your pocket.
Oh, man, come on.
You got the reference.
You don't get it?
We gotta get
Favorite comedian.
Tip your waitresses. We gotta go. We gotta.
No, come on.
No, I can't. What?
Just one more.
I can't do any more. I can't take any more. I can't take any more.
Are you really getting that upset?
No.
No,
I'm fine. I'm fine. I just have to.
Can you do one more?
But it won't be funny.
It'll
and then
be funny.
be one last thing that
Ravi,
wasn't funny.
do you want to hear
I
one more?
want to hear one more, please.
I'll play some Cake, Frank Sinatra, for you.
I can't even think of any. I can't think of one.
Boo. Come on.
That's...
All right, I'll do an impression.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
It's
This
not...
is what?
I thought you were going to do that one where you couldn't do his voice, but...
Steve is out.
He just tapped out.
Listen live weekday mornings 6 to 10. Bay Area's one and only Live 105. Live 105, The Woody Show.
The big question I have for Norm Macdonald, is he here? Come on in. Big question I have for him, did he bring Steve? His buddy Steve, his sidekick Steve.
I mean, did we do
Sidekick.
Did we do the writer okay? Maybe, you know.
Because Steve hates us.
Did we scare Steve away, maybe?
I think we probably did. All right, here comes Norm. Hey, what's up, Norm? How you doing, man?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
It has.
Where's Steve?
Oh, man.
Steve hates us, doesn't he?
Steve Macdonald?
No, Steve's not here, but I brought Brian, but they wouldn't let him in. He's even
Why?
funnier than Steve. Why, you did?
Bring Brian in.
He's funny. He's funnier than Steve.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't
Believe it.
I don't think Brian can get to that
There's
level.
Brian.
Hey, bro, what's going on, man? He even looks different than Steve.
A little bit.
More hair.
Yeah.
No glasses.
Yeah.
He's got a good joke, man. You should
Is it
tell
about a
him.
maid?
Yes, tell a joke.
Yeah.
Remember that
Let's hear
joke?
something.
You were telling me about the guy that had the great pig.
Oh, you told me that joke.
No, you told me that joke.
You know, I
Brian?
There's a mic.
There's a
man.
mic.
Dude, into the mic.
Come on, man.
Mike.
Come on, man.
Come on, dude.
Sell some tickets, Brian.
Brian.
Brian. Come on,
If
Brian.
you want to hear the joke, the best place to hear the joke would be at Cobb's Comedy.
I love Steve a billion times more than that.
He'll do it. He wants to be coaxed.
Yeah.
How much more coaxing does he need? He got a Brian
I
chant.
don't have the joke.
And plus, he used to work in radio. This is really
You did?
bizarre that now he's all
Who's it
shy.
there? In San Bernardino.
Oh, the big markets. San Bernardino.
San Bernardino.
They had like hundreds of listeners there.
Tell him the pig joke.
I don't have it with me.
You don't have it with you. He left it in the car.
Fail.
Brian is supposed to open for me.
Wow.
Wait, hold on.
Where's Steve?
You're not.
Bring him
Question.
back.
You're not really a comic. You're really Norm's driver.
Pretty much. That's
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He's an apprentice comic. He's supposed to open for... We have a 6-month plan.
Oh, so is that what happened to Steve?
I graduated.
We're in 6 months up.
Was Steve the apprentice, and then
I can't believe you're not talking about this. We talked about it all the way on the airplane.
I don't know. We talked about other things, Mark.
We talked about the 6-month plan.
I am on the 6-month plan. I am his apprentice.
okay. And what do you? Where do you hope to be after the 6 months?
God, I hope to just be alive.
He's supposed to be opening for me 6 months from now.
All right. Well, what made you choose him as your apprentice then, Norm?
Because he's so funny.
Apparently.
Really?
We've heard about this fun. You know, this is like my gay buddy who swore to me that he had a girlfriend. No, really, I do. No, really, he's funny.
I really am stunned that this is happening because he's worked in radio, so I thought this would be the perfect... He hasn't been on stage yet, but since he's been on radio, I thought this would be the perfect start of the...
Now, you've done other radio interviews. Has he spoken up there?
No.
This is quite a confidence builder.
Epic fail, man. Epic
I
fail.
used to work in news radio, so it was kind
Yeah.
of boring by comparison.
All right. Well, welcome, Norm. Good to see you.
I'm
Buddy.
sorry. I apologize.
You really hit the lottery with your apprentice.
Yeah.
This is like Celebrity Apprentice, but worse.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was asking you about the driving thing because Norm doesn't drive. We learned that last time, and then I was listening to the Howard Stern show the other day, and I heard Artie Lang telling another story about Norm, which I thought was really funny and worth telling here. Again, I heard this on Howard's Sirius radio show. Artie was saying about how I didn't know that you got fired from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, cast member decides, I'm gonna go do other things.
No, I got fired.
You got fired because they said what? It was like they say like you say that they told you weren't funny enough.
Yeah.
And then the show really started to suck, right? And this is like when SNL went through like its most unfunny period. And then they asked Norm to come back to host.
That's right, they did, yeah.
So he's like, wait a minute, I'm not funny enough to be on the cast, but I'm funny enough to come host. So there was a couple ideas, one of which was Norm was going to come in, do the opening monologue.
Oh, Artie said that? Said that?
Yeah, he's telling the story.
Oh, that was I had an idea. I think I know what you're... Yeah.
And the idea was to go out and do the opening monologue, because you know how now the host is like in every... It didn't start that way, but now like whoever hosts in the show,
yeah, he's in
like every single sketch.
Artie said this on the air?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I guess the one of the thoughts, and he said that you obviously ended up not going through with it, and you thought about it for a
almost did it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this I was like,
it would have been the coolest.
That would have been the greatest thing.
Yeah.
He was going to do the opening monologue, get in the elevator, and then leave because it's a live show. But he was just going to bail because his character is going to be like in all the sketches, which is not.
I thought it would be actually good for the show because it would make the show exciting after I left. They'd all be scrambling and figuring it out.
Yeah,
yeah. But,
see, I didn't know that they fired you.
Yeah.
I wept a little for you because
I already tell every story I ever tell.
Well,
he can't be trusted.
You know what you are? You're his Jimmy Kimmel. You know how like Adam Carolla has Jimmy Kimmel, and all stories go back to Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy and I, this like two little gay buddies. Artie, it seems like every story goes back to Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Well, because you gave him such a big break.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. In fact, he wouldn't even be on the Howard Stern show if it wasn't for you, right? Because you were a guest on the show that day, and he just kind of came along with you.
Yeah.
And that was his first appearance.
Yeah, he loved the Stern show, so I said, yeah, you should come in and do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing with Brian today.
Yeah, but Brian's not shining through.
Yeah, it's going really well for him, too.
Yeah. We're ready to offer him a contract.
Yeah.
Brian likes cougars.
Oh, baby. I hate the term cougar.
You do?
Yeah.
Brian.
It's still played out.
Really?
Is that part of your act? Please drop it. It's old, man.
Yeah. So what kind of comedy do you do?
I haven't done any comedy yet. I'm still in my apprenticeships here with Norm.
I know, but what I'm saying is you have to at least. Well, Norm, you got a lot of work to do,
it's
buddy.
It's kind of like when you're a carpenter. If you're an apprentice to a carpenter, you can't call yourself a carpenter, right?
That's right.
So he's just an apprentice.
All right, so you haven't built a house, but you have like an idea how to build a house. You know that you need wood and nails and a blueprint and
and a hammer and all that.
Right.
Apparently, he has one joke, and it's about a pig.
You need a truck with a ladder on it. you need certain things. So you have to have some idea of what kind of comedy you'd like to do.
I know.
I know, Brian. He's going to take it literally, and he's going to think he needs a hammer. Right?
Probably. I wanted to do the whole cougar thing, but now I've been shunned. They said it's old.
Do the cougar thing, but let him do it, though. Let him do it.
All right, try it.
He might have a new take on it.
I don't have any.
This is your master. You have to do it. He's telling you have to do it.
Step up to the mic, dude. I can't hear you.
Just don't think of jokes. Just tell your experiences about cougars.
I happen to like cougars. Cougars happen to like me. It's a natural thing. It's been that way since a kid. So I figure I got to have some kind of material I can work from it, right?
Is that the
Cougars happen to like me. It's a natural thing. It's been that way since a kid. So I figure I got to have some kind of material I can work from it, right?
Is that the joke?
No, there isn't a joke. I got a lot of work.
Norm.
He gave you a rim shot. You didn't hear it.
Norm.
Yeah.
What's with this guy? Is he really opening for you? I don't think you're really a comedian.
He's opening for me in 6 months.
Oh, okay. 6 months.
So he's currently traveling.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
He's studying.
So, Norm, you don't drive.
Maybe I threw him in the water too fast.
You don't drive, so like you don't really watch any kind of TV, it seems.
No.
So, like, what have you been doing with your time? Like, what do you do? Like, what interests you?
Well, me and Brian have been on the road like so long doing stand-up, but I got Wii Fit.
Nice,
dude. You gotta be on like a Skype or something, or we gotta set them up with like a webcam or something so people can watch you do Wii Fit. To watch, can you see like?
Oh my God!
I can see Norm doing the hula hoop.
The hula hoop. It's funny because I don't see myself, but I see when my son does it, how ridiculous it looks. But
Right.
when you're doing it, it doesn't seem ridiculous. But I'd like to get that Skype thing.
Dude, you need to get it so we can watch you.
Because you know how, like, when I was a kid, everybody was like, hey, one day there'll be video phones. It'll be the coolest thing ever. And now there are that we have that, but no one uses it.
You have that technology. You can, even my mother's now set up on Skype.
She is? You can talk to your mom?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to do that. Like,
you know what they just debuted?
Talk to my mom?
No, not talk to my mom.
You know what they just debuted at the Consumer Electronics Show was like those Dick Tracy watches, except it's video instead of instead of talking into your watch.
Yeah.
There's a video camera in your watch, and you can actually see people on your watch.
You mean like a Skype on your watch?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It rules.
But think of this, dude, how huge the YouTube video would be if Norm Macdonald did the Wii Fit hula hoop. Be millions of hits.
Hey, you ever think of like a smart thing and you go, wow, man, that's cool. You know what I mean?
But then you never do it.
I'm telling you, Norm, you fascinate me.
I mean, a smart thought, not like for yourself, but just like that would be in a magazine article or something.
Here's the technology I want.
I thought of one.
And it's perfect for guys like Norm.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I have a smart thought for later.
You put like one of those little things, like a suction cup thing on his head, and it can like read his thoughts that he's having to himself. And then you get to listen to that for a whole day. I bet you that would be fascinating.
They might be able to come up.
Is this your smart idea?
No, my smart idea is, it's not an idea, it's not an invention. It's just like something you'd read in a smart magazine, something like that.
Like a Wired.
And this is what it is. It's that they've taken away, they've made us so insulated with computers and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And television, so that we don't have any community anymore. We don't have any reality. Then they give us reality shows, right? Mm-hmm. So they give us, because they know we don't have any, we need that, they give us reality shows. Then they insulate us so much we don't have friends, they end up giving us friends through this MySpace, which aren't friends, they're total strangers, but so they take it away, but then they realize that you're going to die without these things, so they give you fake ones.
You're a trippy dude, man.
You can read that in a smart magazine.
Like in Wired, or like see something like a whole booth at the Consumer Electronics Convention.
Yeah.
It's like the Matrix.
What, you don't want to read that article?
See, that's what I'd hear if I had that thing hooked up. I could read it.
You can totally live in your room and think you have a life, but you don't.
Exactly.
It's like Second Life.
I'm saying, if I was one of those smart guys on Bill Maher or something, and I said that, people go, yeah. But I'm telling you, sometimes I have a smart thought, right? Uh-huh. I'll tell a guy, they'll go, that's retarded, right? Then I'll try it again to someone else. I'll go, as Winston Churchill once said, and then I'll say my smart thing, and the guy will go, yeah, it's smart. I'll go, it's me!
Winston Churchill never said that.
See, that's what I got to tell my wife all the time. Like, if I present it as my idea or whatever, I'll go, well, no, I heard the other day, like, so-and-so, and, well, okay, she'll hear that, but if it's me, you're right.
No respect for it.
It's all how you frame it.
Exactly.
See, maybe Norm's onto something there.
That's a smart thought, Norm.
What do you want?
Smart thoughts with Norm Macdonald.
The smart thought is saying that someone else said it when it's really your idea, and then they'll listen to you. But then if you just said, I was thinking, then they'll just tune you right out.
What if you met a foreign lady, right?
Yeah.
That didn't know, like, American culture and stuff? And then you just started saying wise things that, like, Abraham Lincoln said.
That's like my dream, is to take a time machine, like, back and then, like, come up with all these ideas and be like, oh my God, this guy's brilliant.
Yeah.
But it was none of my ideas.
How about find a brain
time
first?
machine? That's why I use other people's brains.
Brilliant.
Wait a minute, though. Your ideas... But wouldn't you be, like, super smart to make a time machine?
Listen live weekday mornings 6 to 10. The Bay Area's one and only Live 105.